Nice. Okay. Let's see. Oh, man. I didn't even... Oh, no, not yet. Uh-huh. Go up. Hey, there we go. So, I don't know if the audio level is going to be any good at all. But, here we are. Here we are. Is it tracking on me? Is it going? Okay, well, anyways. Grilling today. Because it was, it's a beautiful day. And might as well, right? Also, it was 27 degrees this morning. It's currently 67 degrees. That's kind of cool. That, honestly, pretty epic. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and light up the old Kingsford. I think I'm a little bright. Did I go the wrong way? I think I did. So, okay. So here we are, round 2, okay? So that means first time wasn't an utter failure like I thought it was gonna be. I didn't actually, despise it so much to just trash it and move on. So here we are, video number 2. There were 3 main takeaways from last video. 1, I was incredibly boring. And I know this isn't necessarily for you, this is mainly for me, down in the future, but I'm talking about, like, if I ever came back around to watch these things, I would never sit through that whole thing. Okay, so, whoever watched it, sorry. Putting you through all of that. That was... Cat. That was terrible. So what I'll try to do is think about a little bit what I want to talk about before I hop on. I had an idea of what I wanted to talk about before, but I think I was just a little too spaced. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is for it. I just kind of rambled a little bit on a couple of things. And if I were to write this in a journal, I would try to be a little bit more concise with how I worded things. So there's that. That's main takeaway number 1. It's like, wow, Nate, dude, just shut up, okay? Just shut up and talk already. Second was I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it, so that's why I'm here, second video. And I think maybe I'll keep up with it for just a little bit longer. We'll see how it goes. That was number 2. And 3, something I noticed in my own personal life is that as I was going along in life over the past week, I intentionally tried to remember things. And I had like a greater drive to try to remember things so that I could talk about them, which was pretty cool, which was kind of the goal. And I didn't expect it to the extent that it happened. So I was a little bit more motivated, even smaller things, to talk about and remember to talk about, so that I can remember later on and look back and actually view this as a time in my life that I can look back on and remember the cool things that I do or the interests that I have or whatever. So that's 3. That's 3. 3. One thing that I wanted to say is recently I've been working out a lot more so than I ever have in my life, and um, I'm honestly I'm really proud of my progress. I'm really enjoying watching the progress, and I've been more motivated to work out for a long period of time than I have ever. And what I mean by long period of time, I'm actually motivated to do it often and stay consistent. And I have been consistent for like months now. I guess it's been 4-ish months that I've consistently worked out, and I'm pretty proud of that. I'm really enjoying how motivated I am, and to be able to look back and see myself at the beginning and see myself now, and the progress that I've made. One thing that's helped too is over the past couple of weeks, I've gotten a buddy who just recently got back from basic training in the military. He's in the military now, and he's working out with me, and that has really driven me over the past 2 weeks, especially. Every morning that it's a workout day, he texts me, says, "We working out today?" And I'm like, yeah. Even on those days that I don't really want to work out, it has been an incredible motivator, because I don't want to let him down, and I don't want to be seen as a little wimp. So that has made me even more consistent. On those days that I just don't want to work out, that I would probably normally be like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, and kind of feel a little down about that the next day, just thinking, man, I could have worked out yesterday. I don't feel as energized to work out today because it's been 2 whole days since I've worked out or whatever. So that's helped, having that buddy with me. And there's nothing quite like working out with someone. I've definitely found that they're in the gym working out with someone, especially to keep me motivated to push myself to work a little bit harder at moving quickly through the sets. That's helped a lot as well, and I end up ending the day with higher weight and feeling a lot more worked out, I guess. So that's also nice. If you ever need motivation to work out, I know that's classic, get someone to work out with you, but seriously, it absolutely works. Get someone that's motivated too, and keep each other accountable. A story that I wanted to remember is kind of interesting, and this is one that you'd think, wow, how on earth is that forgettable? But I promise you, if I wouldn't do this, and if I hadn't been motivated to do this all week, I would not have remembered this story, at least in the way that it happened, or at least as vividly. But someone that I met not too long ago, who I've been trying to help out as much as I can. One of those people that's and I'm trying to word this carefully. This is the only problem with doing it like this, is that I can't just write a name or make it crazy obvious not like he would ever watch this video anyways, but I had someone text me after they called, and I couldn't answer. I was in the middle of eating lunch with my wife, and he called, and typically if I'm doing something, it can be a case of I don't answer and then I call him back after I'm done eating or whatever. And then he immediately texted me after he called and said, "Call me back, it's an emergency." So I was like, oh my goodness, okay. So I called him back, and he said, "Hey, do you have a free vehicle?" And I said, "What do you need it for?" And he was like, really carefully choosing his words, I could tell. He said, my sister needs me. It's an emergency." I said, "Okay, where do you need to go?" And he told me a place that was honestly about a 45-minute drive. And the vehicles that I have, I have to maintain and keep for myself. I can't just like give away vehicles for people to use, and they're obviously precious because I need the ones that I have. So kind of went back and forth like that for a little bit, and I said, I can't just give up a vehicle. The ones that I have that I'd be able to let you borrow, they can't drive long distances. They have to stay, on town roads, just because I don't trust them driving on the interstate for long periods of time. They're high mileage, yada yada. And I said, but I can drive you in our main vehicle if you need me to. If it's an emergency, I can absolutely drive you on our main vehicle and take you there. He said, no, I have to drive. I was like, why? He said, because I have the address. So very clearly, there's a lot of information that I'm not getting that he wants to keep quiet. And so I said, what's going on? I was like, clearly this is more than what you're telling me. There's something that there's some information that I'm not getting that you won't tell me. What's going on? He's like, I swear, that I swear this is the case. I was like, okay, then why won't you let me drive you? He's like, because she asked me to drive. Just like making up so many different excuses that clearly were trying to avoid getting around A, telling the truth, and B, letting me go with him. So I said, I cannot let you drive a vehicle or let me go with you, or the only option is for me to drive you. And I said, I was pretty blunt with him. I said, you're not telling me the truth, and you need to tell me what's going on before I even trust driving you. So what's going on? There was a long pause. And he said, hey, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm gonna call my sister and see if she still needs me. So, all right. Get off the phone. Calls me back 2 minutes later. And was like, hey man, she was able to sort it out. She doesn't need me anymore. Okay. All right. And said, All right, man. I'll talk to you later. And haven't talked to him in a week. Man, and it just made me a little upset, a little sad. Because I've tried to do a lot for this person and be patient. And there were a lot of lies already throughout the time that I've known him. And this was just a big one that I could ask enough questions without calling him out directly, that I was able to catch him in it. So I was just wild, really wild, and just kind of threw me for a loop how I could be so blatant. But yeah, so there's that. That's a wild story that I want to remember. And so, like, to remember that story, one, and two, to remember who this person is, and, who knows? Who knows? Oh, sorry. It's a brief intermission. I didn't even know where I was. Oh yeah. Finally, last discussion topic of the day. I've really stayed motivated to keep up with this photography business a little bit, which has been really awesome. My wife and I have both stayed motivated to get some branding done. We're both learning how, well, she's relearning, but I'm learning from the ground up how to use InDesign and Adobe Illustrator to create some art and design stuff to give out for the photography business, which is really awesome, and really excited about that. And the amount that I've put into it, I feel like I've gotten out of it. If that makes sense. It seems like the amount of work and effort that we've both put into trying to make this happen, an equal amount, honestly, even a greater amount of output has come from it. And that's really motivating. I didn't expect it necessarily. I didn't expect to be so overwhelmed with A, excitement, B, motivation, and C, hope for its future, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I feel like even though in my head I thought I was going to be a little bit more structured with this video, it feels a little bit more choppy, like I can't get my thoughts out as easily as I did the last one. But maybe that's just today. I don't know. I'm having fun with it. Like I'm still doing what I wanted to do, and I'm saying what I wanted to say. But it feels a little bit more choppy. I feel like I'm a little bit more choppy. Like if I were writing this down in a journal, I would just have less to say today. Even though there's a longer period of me actually thinking about doing this, and the amount of things that I want to say for this specific video, I still feel a little choppy. So I don't know what that is. I don't know. So maybe it's just today, though. But I think I still like it, and I think I'll still keep going. But yeah, hopefully this one turns out just a little bit shorter. Last one, 30 minutes. Nate, come on. So yeah. But to end out, I'm gonna show you little sneak peek into my grilling situation. So yeah, look forward to that. Anyways, thanks. Peace out.